The What's Good Podcast.
Hey, ladies and gents, this is your girl, Brianna Javon with What's Good Podcast Season 3. And thank you all so much for tuning into another episode. As you guys know, I do not have interviews. Instead, I have genuine conversations. So let's get into it. Today, we have the Shampaigne with us today. I'm so excited to have you. How are you?
I'm so good. Kind of sweaty. Just got done running up the stairs after some kids and stuff. But I'm good. It's a time of transition. I'm in the middle of a launch, so I'm really excited about what's to come. And I'm excited to be here. It's been like a long time coming, girl.
I know. That's why I was like, let me go ahead and reach out to Shampaigne and see if she's ready to be on this podcast. All right, so as y'all know, we always start off with icebreakers. So your icebreaker is, what is a big dream for you?
Okay, a big dream for me is to have a second home in Malibu. I love California. I was born in Honolulu, Hawaii. So I'm like a West Coast girl, and I don't know, I just love LA, and more specifically, I love Malibu. I always go on this one hiking trail when I go up there. And so, I don't know, I really have this really big dream of having my main home here in Dallas and then having like a vacation home in Malibu. So that's a big dream of mine. And I'm excited for it to materialize already because
it's been rough. Okay.
I could use a vacation home.
Yes. Right now.
Because the resorts are like, we're not letting y'all Americans in. Your girl is tired of Mexico. I'm about a Mexican right now. I've been to Mexico so many times. Like, I can't do it anymore.
Yeah. You need another scenery.
Okay.
I feel that. What's so crazy, I did not know that you were born in Honolulu.
Yeah. I've been skipping all over the place. I'm a military brat. So I've definitely experienced a lot of culture, a lot of different people, and it's definitely helped me out with entrepreneurship and just dealing with people in general, just because it's like not everybody's the same, but when you travel a lot, you kind of meet different versions of the same people. A lot.
I bet that's fun though, just learning different cultures.
Yeah.
Know people, we so used to our people, right? So just to meet other people and learn different cultures, I think that's awesome.
Yeah, I love it.
Hey. All right, so y'all, we're gonna go ahead and get into our genuine conversation. For some reason, I've been starting off this season with who is the guest. So who is Shampaigne?
I am probably most known for what's in the background right here is Bold Babes Co. I'm the founder and CEO of Bold Babes Co. We are a collaborative platform that helps millennial women start and stay in business. In addition to the work that I do with Bold Babes Co., I am a psychological marketeer. I am a master's candidate at Texas Women's University for psychological sciences. And I am obsessed with market research. I'm obsessed with human behavior and psychology in general, and how it kind of dictates how we think, how we move, our economic status, just pretty much every aspect of life. Mm-hmm. And outside of my career endeavors, I am an avid traveler and foodie. Like, so obsessed with food, it's crazy. Like, yes.
You're the type of person that goes for, what is it called? Where it's like not cooked. It's
Ew. Raw?
Yeah, it's raw, but it's
that okay stuff?
Yes.
Ugh, I hate that. That's gross.
Like, people have the squid and they're like, oh, you could just, put it in there. Like, I can pick out my food and I can eat it. Are you that type of person?
No, I'm more like of the farm to table girl. Like, I literally like to know the name of the animal I'm eating, like shaking hands with like my butcher kind of chick. Probably because my undergrad degree is in kinesiology. So I did a ton of nutrition research and understanding how food's made, where it comes from. And like, food is very political, especially in this country. And like, if we're talking about Black people, you know, we kind of pride ourselves on making lemonade out of lemons or whatever, so to speak, when it comes to our food.
Mhm.
But, you know, that's not always the healthiest for us. And that's why we deal with a lot of comorbidities and things like that. So really, when you kind of get a really foundational understanding of food and how it is so politicized and how, you know, it's kept from some people, and like some food is like behind like this gate keeping thing. It's really weird, but it totally goes to our caste system. Yeah.
I never knew that, but that goes back to you, you know, wanting to learn more about what's going on in our society. That sounds like a classism type of thing too, like, you know.
Oh, yeah. So classist. Yeah, it's classist and racist at the same damn time. And one thing about psychology is like it's always impressing upon intersectionality. So like I kind of like hate when people try to make things seem one-dimensional, because it's totally not like that, right?
Yeah.
Like, even I know we're about to get into dating, and I'm gonna say something that a lot of people may not be really down for, but I'm going to explain myself and say something that's private for like a really, really long time. But it's something that I've really thought through, and like my psychology education and training has totally helped me realize like why I feel the way that I do. But going back to food and like how it's like so socialized and things like that, if you even think about things like restaurants with reservations, like that is such a huh?
It gets that deep?
Yes, it gets that deep. It's like it's really complicated, and it's totally one of those things where like, for example, food deserts, I know that that's kind of like a relatively new term in the media, but it's been a thing since the beginning of time. And like how certain restaurants or grocery stores, things like that, they won't set up shop in Black neighborhoods, brown neighborhoods, things like that, or they'll give the worst of their food to those chains, things like that. Like, yeah, it's very, very real, and it's not some like conspiracy theory shit that people are like making up. It's real. It's like, you really do need to understand where your food comes from, the people that are making your food, and how they feel, like literally like how they like what they identify with and stuff like that. Because usually what I find is that like when you like shop smaller like farmers market where you can just like shake the person's hand, there's more accountability there, as opposed to like buying from these really large corporations and things like that. Like, that's just mass produced food, and there's no accountability there. And like, you know, if there is, it's like via class action lawsuit. Like, what? In the end, you're gonna get $15 from that?
Oh yes, I've been getting a lot of emails about that too. Oh, this happened with this company. We just gonna send you $12. I'm like, $12?
Yeah.
It's like you know, millions, but then they have to give back 2 millions. So
yeah, yeah,
you don't get $1. That's it. That
yeah,
and
yeah. So yeah, that's where my food obsession comes from. So yeah, I'm very obsessed with food. And it's funny, I kind of drive my boyfriend crazy in that, like, if my food isn't good, then like it kind of ruins my day. Like, I'm not even gonna front. Like, if I have one bad meal, like, as I plan my meals so meticulously, like I get pissed. Like, it's sad. It's something I really have to.
Is he the same?
No. He has like really like no palate. Like, he'll eat anything, and it frustrates the shit out of me. I'm like, I'm gonna punch you, bro. Don't play with me. You know how I feel about my food.
So does he cook? You cook? Who does the cooking?
We both cook, right? But because we're both professionals, we're both entrepreneurs,
Ah.
And we both kind of have like a similar working style, and we both travel a lot for our work.
Mm.
Um, we mostly order out, like DoorDash, Uber Eats, like we got that on lock,
Okay.
right? Like,
That's a
yeah,
lot.
master orderer, girl, like you don't understand.
So,
I
I
may not be
mean,
able to chef, but I can make sure you got your condiments, right?
so now I'm really curious because with DoorDash and Uber and those different places,
Yeah.
you only have like a few restaurants to choose from.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you? Because I feel like it's kind of limited in a sense, right?
Kind of, if you don't know the owners of the restaurants. But we we do. And like when COVID wasn't happening, we it's funny, we kind of call ourselves Oak Cliff famous in that, like in Bishop Arts, we have this set of restaurants. We know the owners. We'll like go in and we have like our favorite waiters and stuff like that, and like we shake hands with the chefs. We know where they source their food, all of that stuff, you know? And a lot of them, they live in the same neighborhood as we do too. So like, it's cool. And yeah, it can be limiting,
Mhm.
but it's again, one of those things where, you know, if you do your research and stuff
Yeah.
like that, then it's not that limiting. But in COVID-19, I definitely found myself more frustrated with the lack of options.
I can see that
Yeah,
because we're so used to just, okay, I know these people, they got good food, boom,
yeah,
I know where I'm
yeah,
gonna go today. But with
yeah,
COVID, that's why I was like, okay, that's kind of limited for DoorDash, but y'all are making it.
yeah. We're
Ain't
doing.
missed a meal.
I feel like this is like I feel like such an asshole talking about this. Like, oh my gosh, like I have to I have such limited options on my delivery, and like people are literally starving, bro. Like sometimes I feel like such, you know, if you're not suffering during this time
Mhm.
where a lot of people are, you can kind of get like thriver's guilt. Like, and I
Mhm.
totally have thriving guilt right now, and that
Mhm.
I'm not doing bad. In fact, like I have a 9 to 5 job, and I've like am on track for a promotion. Like my
Look
business,
at
like I'm getting
you.
clarity in it, and like I'm getting more traction and stuff like that. And my relationship is good. I'm getting more clarity on that. And I'm like, but everybody's like doing so bad. Like I feel
Yeah.
terrible, but sometimes, but I don't know, man. It's like I don't know. I wasn't thriving when everybody else was. So I guess if this is my moment, I'll take it, Jesus.
Hello. If that door open, you better walk through it.
And I'm a step, okay?
Okay.
In the name of God, honey, I'm a
I love it, Champagne. So, okay, I think this is a great transition to talk about Bold Babes
okay.
because I love your personality. You bring yourself like 100%. You're bold with it. And I watch how you present, and then I watch how some people present, and they're just so, I need to get it together. I need to make sure this is perfect. And you like,
Mhm.
yo, this is what's up, okay? What's happening is some bull manure. What y'all doing ain't right. This is how we gonna get to where we need to be. And I'm like, I like that because you give us you. You don't give us, I need to be somebody else because this is who my crowd is. It's like, no, what's up? And we're gonna have a
Yeah,
good time and we're gonna educate each other. And that's how we're gonna do this. So
exactly.
I wanna know the vision behind Bold Babes and the name, because you do give me boldness.
Okay, so when I started Bold Babes, like that babe thing was huge on social media. And like a business owner, even if you don't necessarily, I always this is just a marketing tip, right?
Mhm.
Always have your business be like a really catchy or trendy name. Um, there should be an aspect of it that you really identify with, but there should be an aspect that's like very on trend, or like it has a mnemonic device or something where people can really remember it. And I knew that everyone was like on the Babe wagon, so I knew Babe was going to be a part of it. But the bold came from me just kind of reviewing all of the work that I had done as a coach up until that point. And I had worked with students and young adults kind of in that transition time as they're approaching graduation or 2 to 3 years out, where they're kind of like really struggling and like, what the F am I going to do? Because I don't want to work in this degree field, which is very typical.
Right.
So my approach was just about being right. My approach was just about being bold and exploring your passions, right? And so I was like, okay, bold babe. And I looked up the domain and that was taken. And so I was like, but is this just about me? No. So I looked bold babes and that was available. And I was like, okay, so it was in that I was like, okay, this has to be not Shampaigne's club. This has to be something where other women are allowed to see themselves. Because not to like slam dunk on anybody else and like, sorry girlies, but like hit dogs will holler. So I've seen this before where coaches will literally like set up women's empowerment groups just to like be like a downline for their coaching. And I knew that I was stepping into an industry just like that, but I had to develop and build trust with these women and let them know that this isn't Shampaine's club. You won't just be seeing me all over the marketing. It's not just something where I'm trying to build a cult following. Because more than anything, especially because I started my business, like not this business specifically, but I became an entrepreneur 3 months after my best friend died. I want Bold Babes to be something where when I die, it's still going on.
Yeah.
You know? And if that meant that I wasn't going to be the front line person, if that meant that like nobody even knew that I started it, I was totally cool with it too. You know, it was just something where I just really, really felt like God was calling me to cultivate this vision, to bring this culture and to really create a safe environment for women that I wish that I had as not only an entrepreneur, but as just a woman. Because we as women, we can say a lot about how we empower each other, but like, I'm telling you, man, there's so much like shit. Like just, I can't, it's green. I can't even say anything other than like green. It's jealousy, it's envy, it's darkness. It's so much like of that energy that's being brought to the table with this whole women's empowerment thing, that I knew that I really had to make some bold moves, step back, and really be an example of what it looks like to lead by, you know, lifting others. So that's really what it's all about. It's about disrupting an industry. It's about cultivating a safe environment like never before. But more than anything, it's also about doing work, right? Because that is not going to happen just by saying nice things. It's not going to happen by saying nice things. I'm going to say this one more time. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen by saying nice things. It's going to happen by women really digging deep and doing the work. One story I always tell, especially because we're digital CEOs, and one of the ways that we market ourselves is Instagram, right? Instagram is one of those platforms that can really make you feel like shit very quickly.
What?
Like so quick, it's like wild. I'm like, damn, bro. But anyways, so whenever I feel that way, I will reach out to a woman and be like, oh my gosh, like, girl, you are killing it. Like, your feed is really making me feel some type of way. It's making me want to up level. It's making me want to be a better woman. And I promise you, that energy that you get back is going to be so much better than to be sitting around and assuming and hating in your mind and letting her live rent free up there. as opposed to like, you know, reaching out and possibly making a new ally. So that's the work, you know, and a lot of people aren't preaching it, and a lot of people aren't teaching it, and a lot of people aren't doing it. So that's what this is all about.
You better say it. Because you're not lying. It's too many people that's competing versus collaborating.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so easy just to get together. Okay, you see a problem, I see a problem. We think that it's a problem together, so let's find a solution together and let's get some money.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Mm-hmm.
that easy.
Mm-hmm.
And I can say, since I've met you and everything that you deliver, I know for me, I think I had posted it that I was like, okay, somebody send me some online resources, y'all. Make sure y'all follow Bold Babes because they're giving out some really good material. And it's not that you guys are looking for anything for a return, because that was free. It was like, hey, this is available for y'all. While we're in COVID, this is something that you can do. So when it comes to things like that, like you mentioning, taking advantage of the digital marketing, where did that strategy come from? Because I know you already mentioned that you are a researcher 100%. So where did the strategy come from of, you know, we can make this a business, but we can also help as well as much as possible by giving out this free information?
That just came from my own personal journey as the business owner. When I started this, I had $20 to my name, right? So I knew I had to bring something else that was valuable to the table outside of money. And I think especially in this, like the service industry, like I know a lot of us don't think we're in the service industry, but if you're providing a service, you're in the service industry.
This is true.
Welcome. Welcome. So in the service industry, right, we have a lot of like people, like especially if they've been doing it for a while, they have like this they don't have humility about themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like they're very much like, I am this price and I only work with these people and I only call on these people. And if you're not that, get the hell out of my way. And that's cool. But what we wanted to do was take care of everybody that was being kicked out of those programs.
I love that.
That's what we're here for, you know, because that was me. Like I was kicked out, you know, like those masterminds, those accelerators, that like nobody was trying to hear that I would be willing to trade services. Nobody was trying to hear that I would be willing to like come on board as like their CMO or something like that. Nobody was trying to hear that. But you know what is so funny to me? That is how people in Silicon Valley work. They trade services. They trade value. They trade sweat equity. And that is real value. But you have to really bring it when you do come with that strategy. And I think that that's all, again, a culture issue where, I don't know who taught people how to make money online, but I kind of feel like whoever it was an asshole, because like they really just feel like they have to be a dick to people in order to sell their programs or something like that. And it's like, I get it. Like this is high ticket, high level. What you do as a marketeer is you switch up your copy. You bring it with your packaging. You bring it with like, you know, the way you present things. You don't have to be an asshole to present that something is high ticket. You know what I'm saying? Like you can really just switch up your copy and be like, this is a long-term investment. This is something that like, you know, it's just is all about your language. And I am kind of also in the business of bringing back traditional business strategy to this online entrepreneurship game. Because I don't know, man, I'm just so tired of the 200 people tagged on a Facebook post and I'm looking for 12 boss babes that want to make $1,000 a month.
But that's really what you see. So that is so real.
I'm just like, damn, bro. Like, if I gotta give y'all some free courses so y'all can get better, like, here you go. Here's all of the things. Here's all of the things, sweetheart. Like, I hope you sit down, and I really hope that you apply this knowledge.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's where that came from, and I just knew that in order to really switch things up, I had to start with the person that nobody was really believing in. And I was the person that nobody believed in when I started Bold Babes, because especially in the Dallas market, and I know you know this, there are tons of women's groups, right? I'm not gonna say that. Like, I was about to talk some shit, but I was like, let me.
I already knew you was gonna be
live here.
on this. That's why I'm like, I'm just gonna be present. I just know Shampaigne was gonna bring it today. I am excited. Come on, I'm ready.
So when I first, like, again, I'm a researcher. Everybody knows. Everyone who meets me knows this about me. So I was like, okay, I'm like, I didn't know that there were so many women's groups when I started Bold Babes, because I was like, damn, like, y'all's marketing must not have been good enough because you weren't reaching me. But let me stop, because that was so mean. Anyways, but like, no, seriously though, I made it my business to sit down and like talk to like all of the founders, like have these collaboration meetings where I'm just sitting down and talking to them, getting to know their hearts, understanding like what their specific angle was. Because, you know, women's empowerment is like a really overarching term, but nobody can do what you do, and what the hell are you doing for them? You know, like, what are
really
you doing?
empowering?
Yeah, like, how are you empowering?
Yeah.
Or are you sitting there waiting for praise?
Yeah.
Because
I
know y'all just love to do that. Y'all just love to just have one of these things. Woo! Some of y'all just, I just be like, man, I've never seen this chick without a microphone in her hand, but okay. Go on ahead, girl. Anyways.
No, I definitely feel that.
And I just have been totally on this kick where it's like, please stop it with the like marketing strategy of being rich in front of people. It's so annoying to me. I just think it's so obnoxious, especially in the time of COVID-19.
Yeah.
Folks are like dying, bruh. And like, more than that, they're starving. They're being kicked out of their homes and stuff like that. And like, stop being lazy. I just need people in the online space to stop being lazy with their marketing. And a lot of these coaches, you know, cosplaying as empowerment leaders are, you know, sitting around being lazy, picking at the low-hanging fruit and taking folks unemployment checks. Like, that is not okay. Like, I'm sorry. Like, if I see one more post about folks talking about flipping that $1,200 into a business, honey, it's not going to happen. Like, I can tell you that. And I got an offer right now that's like, you know, like launching your idea for less than $200. But best believe I'm not putting any kind of timeline on it, because guess what? You do the work. I'll give you the tools, but you do the work. Okay. You launch it and you figure out the timeline. I'm going to give you the tools. I'm going to give you the social capital. I'm going to even give you a warm market to sell to. But if you don't do the work, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say.
That's real, because I think that's the same thing with, you know, social media managers. Oh, I can get your following to grow this much if I do this for you and this and that. I'm like, you gotta remember, you still gotta engage. You still gotta remember that you gotta be out there. You want people to come to you. You gotta go to them as well. And so some people want to do a sprinkle of the work, but they don't want to do the whole thing. So I definitely feel like you can't give promises when it comes to the service industry. Like, if you're going to sell something, sell the tools, and on their end, use those tools to make it happen. Because I can only do so much. I know somebody that was like, I need accountability partner. Well, we can be accountability partners, but when we leave each other, what you going to do when you by yourself?
Yeah.
So that's real.
Yeah, I'm like, some of y'all need employees. Y'all don't need like coaches. Some of y'all need employees to do the work for you. Like, I mean, there's people out there that will do the work for you, but you gotta like learn the right terms, y'all. And like, y'all gotta stop it. Like, and that's another thing that I really go in on in the accelerator group is learning the difference between a coach, a strategist, a counselor, and just your biz bestie. You know what I'm saying? Like, just like, you know, we need them all, honey, and you need to know when you need which. And it's just one of those things where it's like, it's okay to fall back and learn. Like, folks just want to get at it quick, and I'm like, you can't get shit quick. Like, you like really have to like fall back and learn. I spent 2 years and over $30,000 researching my current offer. Like, while everyone around me was putting out like thing after thing after thing after thing, I could have got FOMO and put out just anything, but that's not me. That's not my character. That's not my heart. And I know that, like, I don't care how much money I'm spending on something. I deserve quality.
That's right.
So I'm going to give quality to people no matter how much they're paying, or if they're not even paying at all, because that is my word.
Yeah. I just love, like, even looking at Bold Babes, all of the social media platforms, the website, you could tell it's a community. It's like, we're here to help. What can we do for you? And so I just love your entire brand.
Oh, thank you.
I think I said that in person too. I love your brand. All right, so let's shift gears. I want to talk about the dating life, especially you and your boyfriend being both entrepreneurs. Is that something that you were looking for, or it just so happened to fall into place like that?
No, girl, I'm about to spill some tea. All right. Let me tell you something. And like, this is going to ruffle some feathers. It really will. But let me tell you something about me. I don't purr.
Oh, you don't.
And you can take it up with the God of your choice now. When I met my boyfriend, I was on the hunt for a successful man because I was tired of dealing with scrubs. Like, I was tired of dealing with the mother effer on the passenger side of his best friend's ride trying to holler at me, because I was like, no, baby, I'm tired of calling these in. I'm tired of calling in these scrubs. Like, I'm ready to start living in opulence. I'm ready to start, like, you know,
I mean, that luxury life.
I'm ready. You know, I really had this vision. It's funny because, you know, this was way before I started my business, all of that. I had this vision because we've been together for over 5 years. I met him when I was 23 years old. Nice. I had this vision of just meeting someone who traveled a lot for their job, wanted to take me with them. I'm working from my computer, and like, we're just experiencing life together and we're enjoying it. And that's who I met. And like, over time, our relationship has been so beautiful because it's evolved and I've been allowed to be myself. I've been allowed to explore the world, and honestly, like, we are so not jealous of each other. It would make a lot of people uncomfortable. Like, but we're so best friends. Like, I'm just so honest with him. He's just so honest with me. And I guess it's just kind of the person I am.
Yeah.
And like, we have discussions all the time about like, our soul bond, and like, you know, I'm like, okay, yeah, like, I really feel like you're one of the great loves in my life, but it may sound like really, but like, hold on.
but
you're not the love of my life. And I say that because, like, you know, honestly, there's a huge age gap between us, you know, like almost 30 years. Yeah.
Wait, your current boyfriend or the one before?
My current boyfriend. Yeah. Yeah. And so, but my boyfriend from before, like, he was the love of my life. he was in like, I actually like, it was like one of those things where I was still in love with my boyfriend from before when I met my current boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
And I just really, and I was just like, playing around, doing my thing.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna just play around with you while my husband is getting himself together. It's fine,
Yes. Okay, you go ahead and do your thing.
Yeah, and I was like, it's fine, but then like, it's cool. Like, I'll let these other chicks out here sharpen you. It's fine, because I'm not trying to put in that work.
Right.
I know, like, I just know I'm not. I was like, even if you have to get married to somebody else and not have to be like the second wife or something, I'm chill with it.
I know my part.
I know it, because I'm totally like the girl that comes in after it's all built up and like enjoys the finished product.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Level.
I'm not Bob the Builder, guys. I cannot fix that. And that's just me. That's just who I am.
Mm-hmm.
And when that boyfriend, my first boyfriend that was the love of my life that I thought was going to be my husband, died, it was like a very pivotal kind of time for me and my current boyfriend. I feel like I'm going to like confuse myself. So like, let's label him. So my my boyfriend that died is H. My current boyfriend is B. So when H died, B and I were together for about a year at that time. But like, again, we were still just hanging out, having fun, jet setting and things like that and whatnot. But it was like so pivotal in that I just expected him to fall off, like I just expected him to fall back because I was grieving so hard. Like, I literally became a totally different person because the life that I thought that I was going to have was done. I thought I was going to be a mom. I thought I was going to marry H. I thought that like a lot of things were going to happen. So I was grieving twice. Not only was I grieving H and him leaving me and like, our best friend, our friendship, but I was also grieving the life that I thought I was going to have. And so during that time, I really had to figure out, what the hell do I want for me?
Mm-hmm.
What do I want for me?
Yeah.
And, what's real for me, and what have I been socialized into believing that will make me happy? And so I just decided to take years to just explore what I wanted and just erase all those timelines, erase all of those expectations, and like really stop acting in the ways that I was before. And a lot of people don't even know that I have a boyfriend because I don't show him on social media. We're just not that couple at all, and he's okay with that. Like, he's very comfortable with that. And it's just, we're very, I don't know. I feel like we're kind of like a very healthy Will and Jada.
Oh, okay. Instead of, bad marriage for life.
Yeah. But like healthier than that.
The toxic is out.
Yeah.
I love that. So with the age gap, because I have to explore this. When dating him, was it like, you know what, it will never be because he's just too old and I'm just going to have fun? Or was it like, oh, I like the matureness. Let's see what's going to happen.
It was at first, it was the beginning. Like, I was just like, okay, he's older, but like the age gap didn't really do anything for me because honestly, like, I kind of am disgusted by guys my own age. And it's just because the way that they present themselves. Like, I just think that they're very entitled. I mean, like, I'm sorry, bro, I'm not about to Netflix and chill with you. Like, you gotta step harder than that shit with me.
I feel that.
Like, but also more than anything, like, I'm very old fashioned when it comes to that. Maybe it's because like my dad, like, I am a daddy's girl, and my dad kind of like taught me my love language. Like my love language is acts of service and gifts. And my dad, you know, he traveled a lot. So when he was home, his thing was bringing like really exotic gifts home from like his international travels and things like that, or sitting down and teaching us you know, Japanese, and or like sitting down and teaching us like how to cut a steak or something like that. Like it was very important to him for us growing up to like really be exposed to the life that he never was, because both of my parents grew up in poverty, and then like they worked themselves up to being upper middle class, and my dad eventually became an entrepreneur and, you know, like hit that millionaire status and stuff like that. And so it's very much something where I'm just following kind of like what my dad taught me. Like, you know, you don't allow somebody to, I kind of just have like these like old sayings in my head. Like I remember watching Cardi B on Love and Hip Hop, and she was like, how am I giving you all of this love, all of me, and you don't even want to provide a place for me to wash up? You know what I'm saying? Like that's the kind of entitlement I cannot get down with. And like the fact that my boyfriend was presenting the complete opposite and has always been consistent with that, like to this day, like he's so much about like taking care of me. I mean, shit, I'm in his house right now. I mean, like he's like about like taking care of me and like you know, making sure that I don't want for anything, not even need for anything, like want for anything at all. And that's like what I'm used to. And I guess that really spoke to me more than like an age gap really did anything. So I was just like really excited when I met him, because I was like, oh, I tell him all the time, I was like, I manifested you. So it's cool. Yeah.
I love that. So I want to dig into what you just said, because I feel like a lot of people look up to Cardi B, all this city girl stuff, and you know, if you're gonna get with me, you gotta pay me. That's what the new thing is. That's the trend. So what does the opposite look like? Because right now that's all we see. So people only see that option, but nobody know what the other end is, to where we can both help each other grow.
Yeah.
We can both help and grow and level up together. You don't just have to provide something for me because I'm giving you the cootie cat. So like what did that
Yeah, that's so one-sided. And like honestly, if that's what this was, like we say this all the time, like I would have been long gone like forever ago. But really, because like we sharpen each other. Like he's an attorney, and like I know, oh my goodness, I know like law, like I know so much about the law now because of him, and he's my attorney for Bold Babes and all of that other good stuff too.
Love it.
So, you know, we just sharpen each other, and he believes in me like so much. Oh my gosh, like he is my number one investor, and he's like my cheerleader all the time, and he's like always so excited about me. And like every night before we go to bed, he's always like, I'm so proud of you. You're Champagne effing Graves. Like, you know, you're such a conqueror, and you're going to change the world, and you're going to kill it. And like, that's what it looks. I don't know why. I'm going to turn my phone off. Okay. I don't know why everybody wants to start talking all of a sudden.
It's a hello.
Y'all were doing all of this before, but now y'all want to do this. It's wild. But anyways.
I love you so much.
I'm doing like so much. I usually don't get this weird with people.
And you're comfortable, and that's really what I want from my platform. That's what I really want.
I'm so comfortable.
People to come and bring themselves.
Yes, and I'm bringing it, obviously.
I love it.
But yeah, no, so that's what it looks like, you know, you guys sitting down, downloading about your day, whenever you guys do have time, and you really are truly invested and understand what's going on, you know? And and I really feel like that's what it's all about, you know, like really having someone that is truly invested in your future. And one thing that we always say to each other, and one way that you will know that it's genuine, is like, no matter the label, I've got you. Like, I've got his back, he's got my back. Like, no matter the status of like our romantic relationship, like we're family, you know? And I'm truly invested in him. He's truly invested in me. And also another thing is that like over time, I can't say it's not like getting bags and like stuff like that, because yeah, it can be that, but over time it changes. And it's also about emotional investment too, because I wouldn't be cool if some guys just buy me a bunch of gifts, but didn't really care about what came out of my mouth.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, it's about someone being your best friend and someone loving you so much that they want you to have everything that they have.
Yeah, Champagne. I love that. Because I have to be honest, I am not a city girls type of girl. Cause it's like y'all up here saying I'll take your man, this, and that, but I want all the females to buy my CDs and my albums and stuff like that. And I'm like, girl, they saying they're gonna take your man. Like, y'all happy with that? And so for me, because I don't even listen to a lot of music versus what I used to listen to, because I used to be that girl to say, you know, okay, that's nice. Hey, you know, we gonna make it happen. Woo, woo, woo. I used to be that girl, but now just me being more intentional on the things that I listen to. I don't want another person to tell me I'm gonna take you man. I don't want somebody to tell me I need to spread my legs in order for the man to give me some money. I don't want that. I mean, traditionally, iron sharpens iron. I want to have somebody here that's going to put into me as much as I'm going to put into him. I want loyalty. I want honesty. If you need some help, okay, let me be there for you. If I have a space, I need for you to fill in that gap. And so that's why I was like, let's talk about those options. Because
because it's true. It's just like something where, and it's funny because even when I first got with my boyfriend, I used to have like random ass girls come up to me all the time and be like, oh my gosh, like, how did you become a sugar baby? And I'm like, first of all, biatch, like, you know, okay, anybody can like bag a rich man, like, honey, just go hang out at the W during happy hour, like, trust and believe. 4 to 7. Like, you need some places, I got you. The W, the library, Dakotas. Need some more? Just holler at me. I'll give you that list. That's fine. It's not hard. But finding someone that truly invests in you, that likes the things that comes out of your mouth. Like, I mean, like, I've dated a lot of rich men. I've been in Lamborghinis and shit like that and been completely miserable. I've been in box seats and been ready to take my like little fork thing that you use for the lobster and stab it in that guy's eyes. Like, I've been like so not connected to people. And it's just like, that's a terrible waste of your energy. That's a terrible waste of your energy. And it makes you feel terrible about yourself. And I totally put myself through that because I didn't know me. I didn't know who I was. I didn't know what I brought to the world. And, you know, unfortunately, it took everything that I knew being taken away from me for me to start again and really figure out, like, you know what? Like, I don't want anyone around me that doesn't celebrate me. Celebrate me, like, edify me in their words, celebrate me through, like, you know, acts of service, celebrate me through, like, even, you know, making sure that I'm financially well. But the biggest gift that my boyfriend ever gave me was the space and time to allow my business to develop. And I know that so many women don't get the chance for that to happen. And I've always felt so lucky about that. And that was one of the things that I wanted to create with Bold Babes is, like, I may not be able to like pay your bills while you are developing your business idea, but I can offer you as many tools as possible to, you know, lighten the load.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I love it. All right. So I just want to say one comment just to clear it up. The reason I wanted to bring up those, there's nothing wrong with the women, with the city girls, but remember, them girls are in relationships too. So I just want people to understand, even though people are preaching this behind closed doors, they may be, you know, actually in relationships and actually loving their people and doing this, and that. So with me wanting to bring this up, I just want people to know that there are people that's going to invest in you as you're going to invest in them. But there's also, if you on that lane where you like, you know what, I'm fed up, I just want to have a good time and do what I need to do, hey, do you, boo. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't no judgment here. I just wanted to put it out there that if you want to be patient for that investment, do that. If you feel like you just want to be free will, do that too. But just know there's different levels in life, and just make sure you own what you want to do. So with that being stated, I want to go ahead and move forward with the highs and lows of just your personal life, if it's, you know, your relationships, whatever the case may be. Let's start with highs, something that you can pat your back on and be like, yes, I'm so glad I did that. Champagne came on top. I'm that chick.
I think that it's been lately me launching Not Another Bundle. It is a business bundle like no other. I spent 2 years researching this. I waited tables and spent my own money investing in this, like over $30,000. And it's 8 video courses that take you from idea to scale, 16 accompanying digital tools that you would probably have to buy anyways, especially if you're in the online space. And the best part is the lifetime membership to a business accelerator program that just grows with you through the lifetime of your entity. And with that, I'm really very, very specific about the women that I'm calling into this program. It's a very accessible price for a reason. Just because I'm really trying to call in women that were just like me. They don't have a lot of money, but they have a lot of grit, they got a lot of heart, and they're ready to put in the work. I'm not trying to work with anybody that's just broke and not ready to do shit. Like, I'm ready to just work with people that are ready to work but may not have the monetary resources yet. So that's my high. I'm excited about Not Another Bundle.
Yes. All right. And so what is a low that you can share with us to where, you know, you push through, you learn the lesson from it, and you're still able to, you know, just make things happen? And so what would be a low?
A low, again, something recently is that we started a series of roundtables, diversity and inclusion roundtables.
Yes.
And unfortunately, we did extend that program to like the end of the year, but unfortunately we had to stop that conversation, and it was just because it wasn't safe anymore. You know, the whole point was to invite our white members and our more privileged members to the table with our women of color, and, you know, just listen or leverage their privilege or something. And I saw over time that, you know, it was just something where they were kind of trying to really utilize our platform to kind of check off a box, like, hey, I did this, you know, you guys can get off my back now. And so, you know, I'm not down for that. I'm like, no, babe, I'm about to use my my company to be like, no, I am not a part of the Klan. See what I did?
Don't do no hidden agendas around here.
I'll pull that hood myself, boo. So I decided to stop that program after meeting with our executive producer, Dashley. And that was kind of a low because it was a very great conversation for a while. And I really felt a lot of hope, but like, I don't know, like I kind of am in another transitional time where I'm like, damn, like, was this another Band-Aid? So we'll see where that goes. So I don't know.
Yes, I think it was a great conversation, to be honest, because everything that was happening with police brutality, and then to me, your community is diverse, so it shows that we can work together as long as we have a common goal of all excelling and helping and supporting each other. We can make it happen. So why not educate each other at the same time?
Yes. Yes.
So I have very high hopes for you. I'll be keeping you in my prayers, girl. Bold babes, we're gonna make this happen. All right. So, what is one free advice that you can give somebody that's watching right now? If, like I mentioned, if it's business, if it's relationships, because I feel so many people that we just discussed, they pay for so much, but don't really get anything out of it. Like there's a lot of people that say, "Oh, I have a lot of gems, I have a lot of this," but when they leave those seminars, it's like, dang, I don't feel like I came in with the same thing I'm leaving out. So,
Yeah.
what is something free that she can give somebody that's watching and listening?
I would always say, do your research. And then when you have done that research, lean on your intuition. Because if something don't feel right, it just don't feel right. I don't care who's bought into it. And then maximize your opportunities. A lot of the times when we go to like these conferences and stuff, we'll just go and we won't do the work afterwards. We won't follow up with people. We won't reach out to others who went to the conferences as well. Like there's work for you to do always whenever an opportunity is presented to you. Maximize the hell out of it.
That's right. Take advantage. Oh, take advantage. All right. So please let the people know how they can get in touch with you, how to get the bundle. If you need to talk about the bundle a little bit more, I just want to make sure that everybody can get everything from Bold Babes and Shampaigne.
Okay, so I think the best way to keep up with us, follow us, all of the good things, is to hit us up on Instagram at Bold Babes Co. Everything is at Bold Babes Co. Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, all of the things. And then also you can visit us online, www.boldbabes.co, and I'm just here, slide up in my DMs. I will always be in control of our Instagram accounts, so it's always me behind the screen, so to speak. So holler at me, tell me that you watched the episode and that you're interested in the bundle, or you're interested in working with me, or anything at all, or you just want to talk and say that I'm crazy as hell. I'm here for it. I'm excited about it. I'm getting some kind of engagement, and I'm going to talk back to you.
I love it. All right. So I always end it with a motivational moment, quote, verse, whatever sparks my eye. So for people that's listening, plug. I mean, it's kind of old, but some people don't know about it. Sprinkle of Jesus. Have you heard of Sprinkle of Jesus?
No.
You haven't? Okay, so it is new. Okay, so Sprinkle of Jesus basically gives you notifications every day. Like wake up, sis, today's a new day, get that money. It's just encouraging little sayings, like a reminder that you're amazing, and just gives you a little pep in your step. So today, the motivational moment comes from Sprinkle of Jesus, and it's an app for everybody listening. This one is, change is painful, but nothing is as painful as staying stuck somewhere where you don't belong. Don't be afraid of change. So when I read this, I just thought about, people being scared to try different things, people being scared to, walk through that door of opportunity. Because if you don't maneuver, if you don't go with the change, then you're going to miss out on what could have happened. Because if you don't try, you never know what's going to come out of that situation. And so when I first read this, it's like being afraid, but that what you're being afraid of could be the best thing for you. Yeah. And so when I said this, I can say it again if you want. What did you think about?
I just thought of kind of what I do in my life, and in that if I'm fearful of something, I go towards it. Yeah, like I love being uncomfortable. Like, I don't know. I just have I'm just one of those people where I love change. I love change. I love being uncomfortable. I just, cause I'm like, and up levels on the other side, man. Like, I'm just gonna, like, my days are gonna be new. My nights are gonna be new. Like, I'm excited for it, you know? So just go with the fear. Go with the fear.
I love it, Champagne. I thank you so much for coming through.
Of course. I'm excited about it.
This could have been like a real talk with Bree, to be honest. This was like real to the T, okay? So, did you have any last words? This is it.
Nope, I don't, because my computer is about to die and like my dog is done.
Okay, so we're gonna wrap it up. So we want to thank you guys and gals so much for tuning in to this episode today. If you're listening to this morning, noon, evening, or night, thank you and have a great one.